stars as
When
a
he's
rock star.
try out for the other guitar.
Just look at
This is just a test, eh?
No.
No.
It could be edited.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So we are totally serious about this interview. We totally live. Yeah, totally live right now. Just want to tell you that I feel like an idiot. Yeah, I should be.
Last night was the best night of my life. We all went out and I didn't have to drive. I met a girl and she offered me a drink. Said she had a friend that I need to meet, and I said, what the hell? You've got nothing left to lose. If it goes bad, you can blame it on the booze. It's time to make some bad decisions. As long as we don't end up back in state prison, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
And nothing else.
That blonde bitches.
I'll be running lights and sound for these guys tonight, and if you're seeing this from the past, you missed a really, really good show, just so you know. It was awesome. And by the way, yes, I do lose my shirt. You missed that too. Twat waffle. Yeah, twat waffle.
There is the word of the day.
Twat waffle.
Yeah. I was gonna say brown, but
Twat waffle.
The word of the day. Word of the day is slut. Because we like to grab people's attention like that. This is how you grab people's attention during Masters Week. You write slut on your t-shirt, you wear fishnets. And nothing else.
I like yours, what you were talking about.
Donkey Jizzler?
Donkey Jizzler.
Donkey Jizzler in the
Why? Because it sounds like a cheaply made candy. That's why.
Or porn. It's a very cheaply made porn.
It just sounds like bad taste in licorice. Donkey
Jizzler?
Jizzler.
Chizzler. Like chisel.
Chizzler.
Oh, that changes the game entirely.
Yes, that's
Now it's just fucking inappropriate. Because that's what made it bad.
Donkey Chizzler.
You take the goo out of the situation.
Yeah, that's well, it came from that same conversation. It's like, it doesn't matter what you say to somebody, it always feel bad when you have a group of people going ooh behind you. It's like, you such a fucking squirrel, neighbor Terrell. Ooh. Because then you immediately get mad. You're like, I am not.
Cue the fucking
I don't even know what that is, but God, no, I'm not, asshole. I like money.
Money.
Money works.
I like Sasquatch. Sasquatch?
Money talks.
Or if I had 2 words, it'd be get out.
Yeah, so I came back to the playground and started drinking Irish car bombs, and I told my buddy David that I was going to get him one. Propped myself up on the bar and fell asleep, and apparently passed out. I blacked out at that point. I woke up on a couch, I looked at my feet, and there's a chinchilla in a cage. Just kind of chilling, hanging out, not giving a fuck.
That is interesting Saturday morning.
No, it was a Sunday morning, like I'm all dressed up, and I wake up, and I'm like, ugh. What the fuck? And I don't know where I am. Like I'm just in Belvedere. I
saw that. It's like high
had to look on Facebook to find out where I was. I had to post myself a stand.
That was the word of the day on
What, Tony?
dictionary.com.
Tony, noun.
Yeah, now.
He'll know. He'll know what I told
You know what I mean. That's what I was asking. Like, do you talk in a higher voice on Tony Day or what?
Stop the room from spinning out of control. I'm a monster fighting demons, fighting from myself.
There's a scene with a taser and some
Prince
sax.
Wee Wee. Prince Wee Wee.
Break that tase in the junk
For shots.
for body shots. Let's make that abundantly clear.
If someone asked you to describe Stillview in one sentence.
Wow, his questions are badass this time.
Yes, they are.
Because the chicks dig it.
Come on, Ricky, with a more serious.
I like that answer.
Ricky Fields, everybody.
We come home with a different story from every place. Like when we played Sky City, there was an interesting situation where I poured beer all over myself, and it was a sticky mess. And then girls with hula hoops. They were girls with hula hoops. And that was awesome. Yeah, and then the playground, they were girls with sombreros and a lot of fondling the band members. And then Joe's is the first place that we ever played downtown. So every time we come, it's sort of like it's kind of like a house party. Kind of there's like an intimate feel, and someone always gets really drunk, and I'll like do a chair dance or something. So we always come home with a story from each different venues. I can't really say like one's like our favorite.
Very first fucking show.
Oh yeah, no.
No, that little drunk chick trying to speak all English.
No.
Well,
The playground, dude, where that chick got on stage with me.
I knew that shit.
Oh, yeah,
And then
tried
there
to
was
drag you
another
down.
chick getting humped on the side of the stage.
Yeah, that's the same.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was a chick. Oh, it's two different chicks that look like
This
the
is
same.
the time that sucks to be the drummer in the band because you're not up front and you can't get the chicks that are going.
I was getting felt up on stage. It was
Oh boy,
badass.
I got harassed. He pressed charges and everything.
I think there was probably one time where we were playing a song and, you know, subconsciously I guess we all ended it at the same time, but there was still more to go with the song, and we kind of just used that as, you know, to get the crowd to, you guys want some more, and then, you know, they did, and then
We stopped accidentally.
and that one incident became something that we do at every show now. Every time we play that song, we'll stop right there, and it just adds more energy into the show, and that's how some of the best things come about, is just, you know, small incidents.
I left the show and got laid. That was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I left the show and got laid. That dude was nice.
Hey, look, he bought me dinner afterwards. What can I say?
I left the show. Do not remember what happened after the show, and
But your dick sparked.
No, nothing like that. I woke up the next day inside of a traffic barrel. I have no memory of how one event led
Explain
to the other.
traffic barrel.
Traffic barrel. Those like 5 foot tall cones that you see on the side of the road. I was inside of one.
You woke up inside.
I woke up inside of one of those.
Like laying down sideways, or it was sitting up?
No, it was capsized. I wasn't like upside down, you know, feet sticking out, but it was inside.
That'd have been a story. That's a far better story.
Guitar
pre-records
riff,
everything and we learn it.
I do that. I pre-record everything. He learns the ones and zeros. He learns the 2s and 3s, 6s and 7s, 8s and 9s.
8s and 9s, all the composition in between.
I don't learn anything.
Well, you wrote it. You don't have to learn it.
That's right.
They had like this little, I don't know,
Drum riser.
about 3-4 foot drum riser.
It was killer.
And we had a big break in our song, and so I decided to climb up on top of it. And I was up there with my drummer, and I looked over, and I jumped off, full stretch.
It was killer though.
Thought 100%.
He was 25 million feet in the air at the time. It was crazy.
I thought for sure I was going to stomp the landing, and I did. And it was great. I landed on the right note, and then my knees went like spaghetti. Like in front of all these people. And I never missed a note.
Yeah.
Never
missed a note now.
I threw up on the microphone.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
That was
Nobody noticed.
He got super wasted and
it was in Nashville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have said that.
And yeah.
Nobody noticed. Shut up.
Oh no. Well,
I noticed.
You see me do
That's
that?
the question. The question was, did anybody notice? No, nobody fucking noticed.
I did not notice it.
All right.
The cops did come at our Allendale show. In fact, the whole ruckus interfered with our show.
But that was 2 hits. You know, the guy hitting him in the floor.
That's true. He went down like a sack of bricks. The guy went out like a bitch.
It's like if you're watching this documentary, sir, I apologize.
I don't. You You took a hit like a bitch. Sorry. I'm not saying I'll take one any better. I call it like I see it. But yeah, like I got so pumped up by watching it, I jumped off stage. We finished the song. I went out and asked one of the guys that I've been talking to. And I said, "What just happened?"
You ever had something happen in a show that interfered with, like that you had to just stop the show?
I stepped on the power strip.
That was our other band.
Brett Waller, everybody.
Our other band at LIE, one time we were playing First Friday outside Rock Bottom Music, and they had like the power strip ran from the building right there in the center of the road. And Brent doing his little rock thing, jumps, and everybody's like,
and right on the chord too, and it just went to complete silence.
So the only thing you have is the drummer.
That video's floating around YouTube somewhere. Actually.
Yes.
LIE, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm recording. Oh, you are? Yeah. Cheers, Ricky. Yeah! Douglas! Give me some faces, Douglas. Mean faces. Rockstar faces. Oh, okay. What? Get a set list. What do you want? What? Two. What? One. What do y'all want? What do you 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 want? Y'all called me over here for what? I don't know. I didn't call you over here. They did.
Nightmare stuck in my head, holding me till the day that I'm dead. When I fall.
Yeah, I've seen more bands as a fan consume themselves because two members can't get along because one's trying to play it, mine is bigger.
Yeah, pretty much those pissing contests. I mean, our former bandmate Joe Bone said the top three things were drugs, egos, and women. And really, when it comes down to it, the ego is the biggest one of those three.
Because you can't get shows with big ego, because you're not going to make friends with the bands to do show trades, and you're not going to, the venue owners aren't going to like you.
Your venue owners can call in anybody they want. You walk in acting like they owe you something, they're not going to call you.
Well, you can be the
And then when you do,
best musician in the world, but if you're a dick, you're a dick.
Yeah, and then when you get on stage and people see that you're acting like a pompous douche, like there's no reason for that, like your crowd's not gonna be able to relate to you. Crowds want like a band that you can relate to, like, oh yeah, that dude's like just like me, instead of wow, that dude's a raging douche, and so am I, but I don't want to relate to this at all.
Yeah, this is not the side of me that I want to relate to.
That's my stepdad.
You're an asshole. So are you.
Today, it's all DIY, do it yourself. And the industry is only going to sign you if you are already selling enough units by yourself without them. They're only there for investment purposes. It doesn't matter what you sound like. It doesn't matter how good your songs are. It usually matters what you wear, or your friends, or your city, and all the people that you know. Think of the Wallflowers. You remember that band a while back? Probably not. But Bob Dylan's son, okay? Well, they're not that great. They weren't that great to me, but they weren't terrible. But had they not been Bob Dylan's child, the band would have probably never happened. It would have been a band, but no one would have known. So here again, the industry is only going to, invest in something they know is sure. And who would blame them, right? So it's really not their fault. It's just it's gotten so big now that people are already in that caliber.
It's strictly business now.
Right. It's not about the old days. Unless you get hooked up with a cool indie label, guys out there, indie people.
There's actually, in Augusta, there's so much talent. It's ridiculous how much talent is in this town. And I want people to hear this talent. And that's why I started taking people on, is to actually get them out of town so other people will hear them. Because I don't want them to be stuck here and people out of Augusta's not going to hear them.
Oh wow! Now that's
somebody giving you a chance.
Yeah, man. Somebody giving you a shot. Somebody giving you a shot, most definitely. That's
I remember when we first started. The only thing we could do is get into the HD lounge.
Yeah, the only reason we got in there is because other bands dropped out.
Yeah. Yep.
Now look at us. We're playing everywhere. Sky City, the
Yeah.
playground. It's awesome.
We do struggle with, balancing, day jobs with, shows, and there's a lot of other things that we can't do, like hang out with our friends, on certain nights, but it's totally worth it just to be up there, like, doing something that you love. For a minute, you feel like you're doing something really, really worth it.
If you're going to be making it as a band, you want to be known for, working hard and, like, actually getting out there and doing this shit. Because you don't want to be a band that, like, half-asses themselves, like, plays 2 shows downtown. They're like, all right, we're ready for label stuff. And then they send their shit out, and they're like, well, no, you've not really done anything. You just picked up a guitar 2 weeks ago. What's wrong with you?
I mean,
yes, clearly you're right.
That's label, no label, label, no label. It's like I'm gonna be playing music anyways, so I might as well do it with a bunch of guys I like.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's been the best part about this group is
I like you too.
no. The best part about this group of guys is no drama, no bullshit. If we have a problem, we bring it, we sit around, hash it out over a couple beers, and then life is good. And fortunately, all these personalities mesh well enough that if it's a problem, it's usually because Tony farted.
Yeah, I do that.
The good stuff is going to rise to the top, but you kind of have to push your way through all the other crap to get there. So, like, you take it 90% of the way through self-promotion, and then if you're good and enough people like you, then you'll rise the rest of the way. But, I mean, you can't really blame people if they don't like your music.
If there were more agents, managers, bookers for people, if the shows in general could just be bigger, like, I guess be made a bigger deal of, more media coverage, because just because someone's playing a show at the local bar, it's not some people, and maybe it's just the rock scene, because I know a lot of people don't, like, for rock concerts, don't buy them until the last minute, even for bigger concerts, but, like, I wish there were more people in general to come out to every single person's show, because it's a really cool scene down here, and I think a lot of it's a little bit untapped.
I think the biggest obstacle they have is getting, and I hate to say this when they're right there, but they don't get any support from the local radio stations. Unfortunately, I know some people at those radio stations that do want to do it, but the corporate will not allow them to do it. They can't put on local music. And unfortunately, they do have the 10 o'clock slot on Sunday nights when nobody's listening to the radio. Who's that going to get out to? Exactly. Why not do 6 o'clock on a Friday night? Why not do or a 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night? Do a half an hour of local bands. There's enough talent in this town to fill up a half an hour a week for 52 weeks.
Yeah, man, getting a shot, most definitely. That's the thing right there, man.
It's hard. You just got to work hard.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
You got to keep playing. You got to never give up.
Never stop.
You play eventually in front of a lot of people, man. You get remembered past. I went to go see that band, and now just you leave and you kind of forget about the band. But dude, once you make that impression, dude, it stays with them. And then that's how you gain fans, and that's how you get people really listening to what you're trying to say behind the music and listen to the music, and that's just all the thing.
Says, just don't give up.
Yeah, pretty much. So Red Hot Chili Peppers were together for like 20 years, so dude, we got to beat them, and they're cool.
You got to be friends too when you're in a band.
Yeah, it's got to be very important.
Yeah, man, keeping it together is mostly the most important thing out of everything. You can get 5 great musicians, man, but if you don't get freaking
Can't get
people,
along.
yeah, you don't get along. This ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
So you're gonna end up breaking out. People are gonna fall out and everything. And this band, really, man, we yell at each other and we flick each other off like Smotherman. We all hate Smotherman, but freaking man, keeping it together, man. I think this band does really great because I've been in other little bands, and I'm telling you, that was one of the main things. It's just egos down, attitude down, and saying stuff straight out.
You have to get out to shows, and you can't just like create a band, put it on Facebook, and be like, "Hey, everybody, come see my show." It's like go out and meet some people.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, everybody here has either been in like bands around Augusta for a while, or they get out and go to shows and mingle with people. You
gotta put off the right impression. You gotta show that you're really like a team player. You can't expect I can't expect Terrell to come out to see a band that I'm playing if I don't come out and see his band. So, I mean, that's the way it is. Which our bands are the same now, so it doesn't really matter.
And that's one thing that I've noticed just being a fan of the local music scene. When I was growing up, bands were fighting each other and fans were highly secular. If you like this band, you can't like that band. And nowadays, like, most of the bands that you see on a Friday night, we're all buddies in some capacity. Us, Focus, Artemia, Adam Blonde, Shotgun. There's all some kind of,
connection there.
Weird incestuous relationship going on. One member's been in this band and
Nothing
two members have
weird
been in
about
this
it.
band. We're a conglomeration of at least 3-4 bands going on right now.
Yeah.
You go out, you support your friends, you put the word out through social media, obviously, but there's also just going out and actually talking to people. So
as hard as it might be.
And the hardest part,
modesty goes a long way with people. People come out like, yeah, I learned how to play guitar, so now I'm fucking awesome. Everybody else sucks. That attitude fucking sucks. I hate that shit.
That is, yeah, there are, being a pretentious asshole is just going to put people off in all kinds of different directions as far as...
Nobody wants to be with someone who reminds them of their stepdad, so...
Yeah.
Well put.
Very well put.
Also,
that goes with other bands and venue owners, bar owners.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of cooperation, and unfortunately, and you also got to get the fans out there. With so much going on, there's either too many shows happening, and face it, unless you are there every Friday night, you're probably not going to go see a show. You either are at every show, or you've never been to a local show. There's not a whole lot of fresh faces when you go to a local show. You either know everybody there, or you clearly are not coming to the show because you don't want to.
Because these guys, they work their butts off on a weekly, daily basis in this town, pouring their hearts out, and why not come out and see some real talent instead of seeing this fake stuff that's on the radio that some music company, puts together a band that, they want to make famous by doing stupid pop songs that are just radio friendly. Come out and see real artists.
I know about Snuffleupagus.
Big Bird.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
I haven't slept for days. My mind is slipping away. No sense to where I am.
There are not enough hours in the day.
So time for you.
Time.
Yeah. Money. You only do so much on a limited budget, man.
Yeah.
If you have more money, you can buy more time. Let's go that way. If you're doing it with more money.
Well, hypothetically, when your bank account's empty and all this stuff, you can still make more money. But once you're dead, you can't get any more time.
I don't think that's quite what he meant.
You're very true about
It's a fair point. I just don't
But no,
I'm saying strings are expensive.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
The functions of this
Symbols are
band
retarded.
particularly are pretty frugal.
Yes, they are
So
good
if we
ones.
had more time to apply the way we function, I think time would just be a more...
So it'd be helpful to slow down time for
Yeah.
Make an hour
Exactly.
be
If
5
we could-
hours to practice real quick.
If we could, if we could have like a month for every weekend, then we would be great. We just...
If these assholes would stop having kids. Damn baby factory over
Hey,
there.
I'm done.
I'm getting started.
Maybe back in the day, it would have been a money thing, because you would have to pay, thousands of dollars for somebody to record you and do all these things for you. But, we pretty much have that covered. And on most of these bands these days can do it themselves. And so it doesn't take a lot of money. That's why there's so many people out there doing it. But, I think if we were able to just do this solely, this is our only job, is to be in Artemia, and every day we rehearse and book shows, and that would certainly help.
Oh yeah,
don't you think?
Definitely money. Money is the biggest obstacle for any band to get out there. In order for you to survive out here, you have to have gas to get to the next place. You have to have money to keep merchandise flowing. You have to keep equipment on top of it. Usually have a van payment or something. And so, you know, we definitely have to juggle our daytime jobs with playing at the same time. So.
Two of us dropped out of school to really focus on it so we can have time to record and do stuff like film the music video that we did, and because there's stuff like that. So we gave up, and we can always go back, but we gave up a chance for
Gave up a different future, I guess.
Yeah.
I tell you what, boy bands and pop music have it best. You, what's the word I'm looking for? Sell your name any way possible. I will slap false flag shit on a lunchbox. I don't care. If it gets somebody interested in the local scene, I'll do it.
I don't think anybody who carries a lunchbox is going to be listening to
false
us.
flag tidy whities. I will wear a Stillview thong if that's what it takes to get people to come out and see these bands. I mean, I think
you got it on record, everybody.
I think that would actually scare more people off and actually bring them in. But you get the idea.
So come see us at our next show and come see Chris in his Stillview thong.
It's a lot of sacrifice for them, man. But I've seen them, man. Freaking, they
Sometimes you don't have money and it's still like come to practice and go play the shows. And
Yeah, even
do whatever I
jobless
can.
and still trying to support a family and playing in a band and go to shows.
He was
and come
working
to
in
practice.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Drumming back
And
to Atlanta.
photos.
running back
and,
every weekend,
It's
every
hard.
weekday that we had a show, running back, man. His family barely sees him and stuff, and we get to see him before them. It's rough, man.
And
but
then
I mean,
even when you have a job and you got to go to a gig and you don't get home till 2 o'clock in the morning, then you got to get up at 6 a.m. to get
5
to your
o'clock in
job.
the morning.
That's hard.
And go to work.
That's another reason why I actually started the managing thing, because I am a single guy. I do get to see my kids every so often, but they don't live here. So I've got a lot of free time, and if I sat around, I'd go crazy. Well, a lot of my friends in these bands, they have those lives. They have the wives, they have the kids, and some of the bands can only play twice a month. They can only go out twice a month because they've made a deal with their wives. Because they do have to do other things. But once I get them out of this town and maybe get them signed or, get them a little more exposure, they can do it more full time because they'll be making more money.
We love to play music. I mean, that's the only point why we've all been doing this for 15, 20 years. I've been playing guitar forever, and I will never stop doing it just because I just get so disappointed in things not going my way. I will still play music till the day I die, whether if I make it big or famous or whatever. That really, that would be nice. Not so much the fame, but the money part of it. That would be nice.
Even if it's a small crowd, if they're really into it, they're banging their heads, you got the horns up or something, that we feed off of that stuff. And it's not just beer that gets us excited. It's us going out and sharing our music with other people.
Some of our best shows have happened whenever we did something where we started off really awkward, and basically we don't really have any shame. So he'll go nuts and start thrashing around. I'll do a chair dance or make some inappropriate gestures, and we improv. Yeah, like I think having fun with it and remembering that, like, it's not a job. We're there doing something that we love. That's what gets us really pumped up. So then we act like ourselves, and then we get other people into it. So
because it's the most realist music. I think it's the most purest music too. It is realist. It's a whole made up.
It's
universe.
about the dream, man.
Yeah,
the dream. The dream.
Yeah.
About the dream. Big band coming out.
We're trying to fucking save rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, don't let it be like blues and get old and go underground.
Yeah, don't
freaking.
talk shit on blues.
How I love blues, man. But I don't know.
We're just sick of the Lady Gaga, Katy Perry bullshit.
He said it.
No. They got their own thing. They got pop music. That's cool.
Yeah,
you know, I like some Katy Perry songs.
Yeah, heck
okay?
yeah. Look,
I ain't afraid of E.T. This song's badass. Okay? Hey, I don't care.
But they're doing the same thing.
I don't care. That song is badass. It's a badass beat. So you can't diss on genre music because you're supposed to appreciate all types of music if you're a true musician.
Thank you.
I do appreciate it. I do
Well, then you can't hate on other types of music.
No, because
I like reggae.
That's getting more attention than a lot of good rock is out there.
I like bluegrass.
Me too.
Bluegrass is metal.
Country metal.
Bluegrass is metal.
They love the people. I mean, these bands like the Adam Blonde, they get out there for fun and they bring out their fans that come here to see them religiously. You know, they come out to have fun with these guys and party, and you know, they know all their songs. They get up and sing with them. I mean, it's the love that they have. You know, it's fun to watch.
Usually if a band is 90% and they're already there and they're making it, it's not because they're doing it. Even if we didn't have regular jobs and we're practicing 6-7 hours a day, writing already and getting tour stuff ready, and conceptualizing, etc., and even doing video of our own, let's say, that's still not enough. You have to have people. You have to have people that are online, that are putting stuff out for you. They're doing nothing but promoting. You have to have people that, I mean, people in the street teams,
have a management
word of
team,
mouth,
really.
right? Management's important. And for us to try to do that, what happens is you focus less on the music and art and more on the management and business. And that's going to take away from your music in the long run. So you really have to have people out there that believe in you. And some bands can't pay. You know, some bands can't pay management. Some can, you know. It just depends. But sometimes you get lucky, you find sponsors and people that can help you out. And that's always a good thing, too. So all you sponsors out there, too.
Very dark in here. Damn it.
I'm being so retarded, you know what? I'm being retarded. Just because we rock doesn't mean we're made of stone. Ooh. We got hearts of glass. And if you don't put your ear to the ground, you'll never hear the buffalo coming. Ah, that's the kind of ice.
Play in town. They couldn't have a big show. If they had a big show, it usually got shut down.
And the best mosh pits.
Mosh pits.
There was no place big enough to hold all the people that could. There was no place big enough to hold all the people that could control the crowd.
Yeah.
I still hold Diagnostic up to like as probably the biggest band that has ever been from here.
Yeah. It was New Year's Eve, and we had a friend in New York. She was a lifelong friend of ours. She was at Times Square, and she put Gwen Stefani on the phone with me, and she told me like Happy New Year's, and I was like blown away that this was happening. And then she was with a guy at the time that was from the UK that was going to sponsor us, that had a lot of money, and he had heard about us through her and through an A&R rep that worked for Columbia Records that was part of Dave Matthews Management and Jeff Buckley and whatnot. So they found out about us through him and was very excited and decided, well, I'm just going to move you to New York and give you all this money. So we were very excited about it, and of course the guy that was sponsoring us saw dollar signs, and then he came down and saw us perform and saw the people and saw that the energy in that room, and he realized that he could make money off of it. So he moved us all to New York.
scene in New York is great. It's amazing.
How is it different from down here?
It's so versatile people, open-minded people, anything you want to see, any genre, any style, even genres you've never even known, just right around the corner. You could just literally walk somewhere and be somewhere that you've never been before. New people constantly, new things constantly. You never see the same person ever again in every moment that someone passes you. So it's like that with bands coming and going. A lot of famous bands. I saw a lot of people and met famous bands there. Sonic Youth was a band that I used to go see a lot that I would actually talk to because they would be playing these small venues that you could actually reach out and see them, and they would be there setting up when no one was there in the beginning when you were there to see them. So these bands would actually sit and talk to you, and man, I don't know, we did a show with a band called Quicksand. It was members of Quicksand, Civ, and Orange 9mm that had started a project once where we opened for them. And you know, like I said, those were bands we were growing up listening to that we thought were great, and here we're actually playing with them. So we felt great, but at the same time, there's a lot of competition in New York. So if you don't have money, New York is so expensive. And the record company and the sponsor, they were like, you can't have a job. You can only write music. If we find out you have a job, it's over. So no jobs, write music, make art, go educate yourself. Go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, go to Soho and do this and do that. That was part of what we had to do. And we would show up every day, get a food allowance from these people, and then go do whatever, So New York is an amazing place. I mean, there's a lot of neat history about bands and music there, and it was definitely very educational for us, but it's, like I said, there's a lot of competition there, and the money. You got to have a lot of money to live in New York. You just have to. It also helps to grow up there, know the streets, and know the people that are already integrated into the music industry there, because they're going to help you, So here again, I think a lot of bands, they wait for something to fall in their lap. They wait for this magical fairy to come sign them, to come do things. But that's not really what happens. Really, you just have to work really hard and do what you love. And if those people come to you and find you and they see your drive, then good things will happen for you. It's imperative that you not give up. Keep trying. See, what happened with that was we never had any money. Diagnostic, we were nonprofit. Everything we made, we put right back into the band and into the scene. So none of us ever netted any money to where, we were buying cars or buying nice things. We were buying each other's gear in the band. I mean, we had a band fund. If we hadn't sold T-shirts and CDs and some of that stuff, we wouldn't have had equipment. I mean, we were literally kind of rags to riches type band. Although we didn't get rich, but we had free money. I mean,
rags to thousands.
Yeah. The thing is the guy was giving us money anyway himself, so it wasn't our money. He was saying,
here's your allowance.
This is for you guys. It was never a moment where we lost any money. We had a free ride, is what it was. Through our music, it just gave us a free ride there. And that's what happened. So what happened with that guy, he reneged on us and he left. He flew a Concorde jet out of New York and landed in the UK, and he was wanted on some kind of strange charges, we don't even know, but he was arrested when he landed. What really hurt us most was when we came back and we tried to start the scene back again, and people didn't even believe we were in New York. People, they turned their back on us. They thought it was some big publicity stunt, like we were making something up and this and that. I just thought that was so ridiculous, because as a band, we never were about that. We were never about, fame and glory and fortune. We were about the scene and the music. That's the scene. It was like, it was like our family. So to us, it was never about that. And when we came back, the way people treated us, it really hurt. And it's the idea of, if you're an artist, I'm actually a visual artist. So let's say I just paint a red flower over and over again my whole life, and people buy the red flower, they love the red flower. Well, let's say I have a bad day and I paint a skull. Okay, everyone's going to hate that. They're going to hate me, and they're not going to buy the red flower anymore, because I wasn't consistent as an artist. And that happens a lot of times. Not with everyone, but most crowds, they're very tough on their artists because they want consistency.
Chicago!
Of course, Chicago.
Dude, Chicago, man. Dude, just to say that you got, just somebody popping into like a hotel room going, you got Chicago in 5 minutes. Y'all guys get ready to be like, oh my God, I am here in the
Whiskey A Go Go.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn it.
There we go.
With the CBGB thing.
All my favorite bands play there, man.
I just like that whole hole in the wall type venue, and it's like the scene of all punk and all New York punk, but
Packed out Staples Center.
Yeah,
in
dude.
Los Angeles.
Nice. That's a
Square
good one.
Garden in New York City.
Oh, look at Austin. We can go to that one after Chicago.
The Viper Room.
Yeah.
the Viper Room.
Oh yeah, because I really want to see where that one guy fucking died on the fucking curb outside.
But they played the Tremont when they played the Tremont and not Tremont, but the Claremont. The Claremont, and that was
Where
that's
G.G.
where G.G. Allen died.
Oh, that's right.
Who was that dude? It was the guy from Stand By Me who died in front of the Viper Room. What the
That was
fuck?
a River Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right.
That one
Doing
or
cocaine.
Terminal 5 in New York. That always looked like a fun venue. Coheed and Cambria filmed their Never Ender there. It's awesome. Very big. It looks like the Tabernacle in Atlanta, and it's just the New York crowd just looks like they'd have like they are
On the moon.
Maybe like Rise Against.
Yeah,
All right,
dude,
no,
really
I
cool.
would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Avenged Sevenfold.
Hannah Montana.
She pulls a hell of a crowd, dude.
You are a terrible individual.
She pulls a hell of a crowd, bro. What do you want from
Are
me?
you sure you're not ginger? That is a no soul answer.
Let's all just grow mustaches and get ready for that gig.
Mustache.
Oh man.
Jane's Addiction for me.
I could care less about Jane's Addiction.
I don't give a fuck. I love Jane's Addiction.
My dream band to tour with.
You're gonna say Coheed and Cambria, so just go ahead and get that out of the way.
I'm not, man. Like, excuse me. How unprofessional.
Whatever. Like you're ever professional.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I claim to be professional, ain't one of them. I don't know. What do you think on it?
Right here? Right here?
Right here, the Foo Fighters? Fuck yeah.
Because that's what I'd say.
Dude, everybody and their mother would be like, alright, Dave Grohl lookalike contest. You win, asshole!
Either that or Frank Zappa.
I think it would depend. Like if you wanted to have a band that you think that we could really like get down and like party with, I would have to say probably Blink-182 because I know those guys are still probably getting pretty crazy, even though they're like 40 years old.
Yeah.
Social Distortion.
There you go.
That would be good.
I'm relatively new to the Social Distortion like fan club, but holy crap, those guys are amazing.
You know who I'd say? They're not big, but you know.
Bastard Sons.
Oh yeah.
The Bastard, yeah.
Bastard Sons.
Dude, you are such a fanboy.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't hate. I can't hate. They're great.
What about you, Brent?
Yeah,
Somebody we've heard of, preferably.
Danny Elfman.
What?
Danny Elfman.
Hey, I mean, no, seriously, if the Mystic Titans of Oingo Boingo did a reunion tour, that would be a pretty sweet gig. But
Five-finger death punch.
Yeah, five-finger death
Five-finger
punch,
death
dude.
punch, that'd be good.
If he could show me some things on double kicks, I would love that man. So, I like Mudvayne. I think Mudvayne.
Yeah,
is
Mudvayne
cool,
would be good.
man. I think that'd be a great band for us to play with.